What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is Asa Studio. Welcome back to Photoshop. Today it's another retouching tutorial. So I'll be showing you how to retouch high-end images. Let's get started. First thing first, let's observe we have so many yellows in the photo, even if we have red present, because it's a skin tones, and whatever time you have skin tones, there's always yellow and red. So I'm going to grab hue and saturation adjustment layer, and I'm just going to go to the yellows only. I'm not going to touch the red, and I'm going to desaturate it to some extent, not all the way down, of course, no. So I'm just going to do it, just let me say 40% or 39%, and you can see the before and then the after. So I reduce a lot of yellows there. Okay, so I'm going to close it, and then I'm going to do another one, solid color adjustment layer, click OK, turn it off, turn it on, and I'm going to select it. Acts as white balance, so that's why we're using it. Just select the color of the tooth, and we have this one. It's okay, turn it on, go back, go to divide as the blending option, and it's too bright right away, so I'm going to go to the brightness and then increase it till I find a suitable spot. So I'm going to leave it somewhere around this side, and it's okay. So let's bring it down a little bit. It's okay, turn it off and on, so you can see how the difference is. Let's group these two together and see first from here to here. All right, so now we're going to do some frequency separation, and we're going to remove all this from our face. So create a stem visible layer by holding Ctrl Shift Alternate E, and then I'm going to duplicate it twice. So while I'm duplicating it twice, I want this to be as my reference where we started our frequency separation. I'm going to name this one color, and I'm going to name this texture. So you can go check how they do frequency separation, but I'm going to be fast with this for those of you who are new to the channel. I'm going to turn off the texture layer, select the color layer, go to filter, go to blur, Gaussian blur, and now the question is, should you use high blur or low blur? Now, because we have it's a high-end retouching, and we have so many colors to correct, I'm going to make the radius very small, something like this. So I'm going to make it very small. If I take it very high, it will be very hard for us to do the frequency separation. So make it very small like this. It's okay, and I'm going to show you why in a minute. Turn on the texture layer, select the texture, and go to image, apply image, and under the layer select color, blending mode, select subtract, and scale 2, so you can see the texture that is being selected. It's okay. Go to normal, the blending mode, change it to linear light. Now here's why we select high blur. For the color layer, select the color layer. We're going to be using the mixer tool brush, and let me zoom in a bit and decrease the brush size. So see what happens because we selected a low blur range. So as I blend it, you see it's just very easy for it to clean the spot, unlike selecting a high color range. So it's just as easy as that. So I'm going to finish up the frequency separation, and I'm going to come back to the video. So I just finished the frequency separation. So these are the two. I'm going to name it frequency sep and hit enter. So I didn't have to do a lot of work just because I took a very low blur. Now there's one more last thing we're going to be doing, is to balance the lightness of the hand and the face, so it's going to be equal. So for us to do that, we need to create a stem visible layer, Ctrl Shift Alternate E, and take it to camera raw filter. So go to filter, camera raw filter. To be very specific, I'm going to go to color mixer and then look for this color range, which should fall under the orange. Yeah, I think it's the orange. So more, I'm just going to go to luminance and then increase the luminance of the orange and that of the yellows as well. So we can mask it here. I'm going to go to the hue and then bring down the hue towards the orange, and then I think we need to saturate that a bit. Okay, so what we're just trying to do is to make sure we have the same luminance. So I'm going to bring this back a bit and then go to the luminance of the orange, and let's take it up a bit, and let's see how it affects when we hit OK. So for the saturation, I'm going to bring it down, not too much, just a bit. So I'm just trying to replicate the the way the hand is. So let's hit OK, and now we could, let's turn it off and create a mask for it. So I'm going to create a mask and invert the mask, Control I, and let's see how it turns out when we erase. So choose the foreground color, make sure it's white, and paint on the places. So just to get the same lightness with the hand. Alright, so still looking better. And now we can do some retouching to the hair by clicking on exposure and increasing the gamma. So we want it on the hair and create some dimension. I'm as well going to add some curve to give it more contrast. So I'm going to raise this up to have some lightness, and we can bring this down a bit, not too much, just small to create the contrast there. So I'm going to group it. Let's group it and group, and let's see this. And after we can do some color grading, go to color and do this. Let's start with the highlight. Let's add in some yellows, -6. I'm going to add in some green, yes, and then go to the midtones, do the same as well, add some greens, put some hotness, yellow, or we could add some blues to the midtone. And to the shadows, we have to be careful here, so let's add in some yellows, just a bit. The yellows, go and add some cyan, just give it a little bit, this color grading, so from here to here. Alright guys, so let's see our before. Let's create this time visible layer, and I'm going to group from here to here. So let's group this, and then I'm going to turn it off, and then we're going to see before and then after. I'm going to zoom in before and then after. We could do one more by making the teeth whiter. So for you to do that, just grab the hue and saturation, or just better still, grab the solid color. There are so many ways I've thought about it before, but I'm going to use the photo filter way and then choose the red 82. Okay, and then I'm going to grab the black and white tool. Okay, now since we have the black and white, I'm going to decrease the opacity a bit. I'm going to group the two together in the group and in the group. So let's bring it down below. Alright, now close the group, create a mask, invert the mask, and let's paint on our lips, on the teeth, with foreground color white. So that we just solve the problem for us, and we can decrease the opacity and make it look more natural. So thank you guys for watching. See you in our next video. Thank you.